time to play a game. We're talking about the new Spiral film. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Klepcx FM, brought to you by wearecritics.com, place where we talk about movies, television, and pop culture. And if you're into that kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe key, hit the notification bell, so you can be up to speed about everything that I talk about here. Now, guys, probably less than 10 minutes ago, I just came back from seeing the sequel to the 2003 horror film known as Saw. We're talking about none other than Spiral. Starring Chris Rock, Samuel L. Jackson, and a bunch of other familiar faces that we'll get into a little bit later. And I'm here to talk about what I thought, guys. Let's be real. It has all the good Saw stuff that we like, all the juicy violence and torture methods that whoever is writing. Listen. The people that write this stuff, that come up with these contraptions, and it got to be some kind of psychotic engineers. But I mean, they pull it off once again. Kind of reels it in, because I know after a while the Saw sequels got a little more ridiculous and a little more outlandish. But this kind of grounded things a little bit. They're still out there. Trust me. Don't get me wrong. Like they're still over the top violent, and they're still over the top. Like who comes up with this shit? But it's darker. It's a lot less commercial. Sometimes franchises like this, I'm not really big on the reboots or the remakes all the time, but like this was like a better rehash of this franchise, and kind of a fresh take. It kind of felt new again. I'm not gonna lie, like it didn't feel like I was going in and watching the same old Saw antics of Jigsaw. John Kramer, I believe his name was, the character, not the real guy. But I didn't Tobin Bell, I think his name was. I didn't feel like that it was a drawn out, just a redundance of the same old bullshit. It has a Saw, underlining Saw vibe, because it does feel like there's like a copycat thing going on, but there is a motive, an ulterior motive of this newish Jigsaw guy that's terrorizing people in this thing. Let's talk about Chris Rock. Him being executive producer and wanting to bring this forth. I don't understand why he wanted to do this. It's very interesting to me, as about why he even picked this specific franchise to do it, because it wasn't something that we saw coming. I know in the trailer it's kind of hard to buy. Like it was a hard sell. Like I'm watching it and I'm like, I don't know if I can see Chris Rock in this role being serious and pulling off this detective and finding a murderer, but it actually works, guys. It actually, he's still the same old Chris. He's still, poking fun, jabbing, one-liners here and there, and keeping it entertaining, fresh and fun. And being, when it's ridiculous, he'll call it out. You know what I mean? But for the most part, he sells this. He carries this movie very well, and with the help of Samuel L. Jackson, who is actually a pretty pivotal character in this movie, which I didn't expect. I thought he was just going to be, just a side character or someone just to kind of flash on the screen. But he's in this thing for quite a bit. Max Minghella, he's in this as well. He plays a partner of Chris Rock in this film, and the rest of the cast, pretty much no one that I really recognize right off jump. A bunch of fresh faces to me, or people who probably have been in the business, but they never did anything that I really, paid attention to. But for the most part, Chris Rock, Samuel L., and Max are like the key pivotal characters in this thing, and it works. Yeah, I'm gonna say it works. Bit predictable. For me, most people who aren't really movie buffs or psychological thriller or whodunit savvy will probably go into this thing and just take it for what it is and be like, oh wow, that was cool, I didn't see that twist coming. But for me, very very predictable, and for real movie buffs out there, especially in this genre, and knowing how this Saw thing works, will probably go into this thing, and about halfway through, you're going to be like, oh, I know who did it. I know what's going on. I'm following it. I'm following along. So that's just fair warning. Go in this thing as just a fan of the franchise. If you're into the Saw franchise, you're gonna probably enjoy this. If you're into gore, if you're a horror buff like myself, I'm a huge horror buff, and I can dig it. You give me all of this, violent, gross shit. I'm with it. So Halloween's like one of my favorite times of year. So if you're into that, you'll definitely enjoy this. I don't know, man. I mean, there's really not much to say or hate about this thing, except for the fact that it was just a little predictable. You know what I mean? Like, you go into it and you wanna take this ride and you wanna be into it, so you'll pay attention. And the kills are on point, and the story, it takes you places, and then you're like, I think I know where this is going. And sure enough, most of you will probably be right. But yeah, I'm gonna say check this movie out, man. I mean, especially if you're a big horror buff. If you're not a horror buff, if you're not into gore, I would probably sit this one out, because it is a bit gory, as much as the others. Not more, not less, but it definitely goes there. There were some parts that actually kind of made me like, you know what I mean? And I don't do that much, but there are some, pretty violent scenes in this thing. So yeah, guys, go with your friends. Take your loved one. Who cares? Go check out Spiral. It is in theaters right now. It came out this weekend. And yeah, guys, I don't know. Let me know what you thought. If you saw it or you're interested in seeing it, if you have any other questions about it, am I off? Am I on? Did you like it? Did you think it was horrible? Did you, let me know. Let's talk about it. I love sharing these conversations with you guys. As always, like, share, comment. Make sure you subscribe. And for more news, television news, pop culture, and my podcast, Critics Talk, make sure you guys check out wearecritics.com. And I will talk to you all later. Peace.